All things Pelicans. You're now tuned into the Pelican Post Game Report. Much love to the flock. Appreciate y'all joining us for this episode of the Pelican Post Game Report. We up in this thing. Shout out to the flock, man. Appreciate y'all for being in the stream. I am Big Q. I got my co-host DC in the place to be as well. Much love to you guys. Appreciate y'all. Please feel free to smash on the like button. Hit the like button for me. Please feel free to share the show on your social media feed. We're in here. We talking Pelicans, and this is Pelicans 2023-24 preview. It's going to be a very interesting season for the Pelicans. A lot of frustrations that we had from the last several years. This year, we are hoping that all that changes around with all the different changes. We'll go through several changes in this thing as well. We'll talk a bunch of Pelicans in this episode. So shout out to y'all. Appreciate y'all for being here. And DC, how you doing, sir? DC, you muted yourself, brother. Unmute yourself.
Well, I unmuted myself. You decided to mute me, but I'm a little confused, man, because I thought you went to rehab, man. I thought you got off that hope. You talking about being hopeful and doing hope and hoping things out. We ain't doing that this year, right?
Well, I mean, you still got a bag of it.
I can't supply you with no more, man. I'm out.
You always got to hook up.
No,
factory,
we're not making it no more, man.
Say, bro, you gonna need
it's put up or shut up this year.
It's definitely that, bro. But I'm saying in terms of us, all we can do is hope that the injuries is not
that word is not a. This is a children's show, kid.
Okay, there you go. That's right. All right, I'll stand corrected. No hopium. Okay, I got you. No hopium. Thank you. All right, so with that being said,
start the season off on the right foot, bro. We can't.
That's right, bro.
Now you snort your last little bag tonight, and that's it.
No, we ain't gonna be doing. Snort your little bag tonight. All right, so anyway, man, listen. Shout out to the flock. Appreciate you. We're gonna have Lexxah. She'll be tuning in. She'll be popping in momentarily to kind of help break down the stream. But in this one, fam, we're gonna be going over some stuff. This will be an hour show. We'll be done by 7 o'clock. We'll be back on the Pelican Post Game Report tomorrow after the Memphis matchup to recap the Pelicans win over the Memphis Grizzlies tomorrow. So we'll do this preview stream tonight. Then we'll bounce. We'll come back on Wednesday to recap the Pelicans and the Memphis matchup, which I'm looking very forward to. I know a lot of the family members out there are super duper excited about the season, man, especially if you're a Saints person, man. You can't do nothing but look at this season and say, man, come on, Pelicans, represent where they're not representing. Let me tell you something. So big ups to the fam in there, man. Y'all hit the like button. Thank y'all for joining us this afternoon.
What's up, Flockers? I see Tidra, he doing his last little bit of hope too, Q. He joining me.
That's right. All right. I know somebody was riding with me, man. I knew they was riding with me some kind of way, DC. We all good. All right, so anyway, fam, let's get right up into the preview stream, man, and cover some of these articles right here.
What's up, Brother Wallace?
Right, let's go into some of this. New Orleans Pelicans announced 2023-24 opening night rosters. Pelicans will tip off regular season Wednesday, October the 25th against the Memphis Grizzlies. And, of course, 17 players, including 3 two-way players on the Pelicans roster right now. As you can see, the list right here, Jose Alvarado, Dyson Daniels, Kaiser Gates, Jordan Hawkins, Brandon Ingram, Herb Jones, KLJ's there, EJ Liddell, Najee Marshall, CJ McCollum, Trey Murphy, Larry Nance, Matt Ryan, Darion Seabryan, Jonas Valanciunas, Zion Williamson, and Cody Zeller. And, of course, the asterisk represents the two-way players, which is Seabryan, Matt Ryan, and Kaiser Gates. So the Pelicans got an interesting group of people to start the 23-24 season with. This, and, of course, we know who our head coach is, Willie Green. Associate head coach is James Borrego, who joined his staff this offseason. Assistant coaches, Jaron Collins, Ryan Frazier, Casey Hill, Aaron Miles, who we picked up, and Fred Vinson. Coaching advisor is still Mike D'Antoni. He's still there. He still got him as a coaching advisor.
I need to find a job like he did, bro, where you could just never come to work and still get paid.
For real, I haven't seen the guy, man. I think I've seen him once or twice chilling in the back of the back.
I think he blackmailing David Griffin or something, bro.
No, I think they like his, but boy, we could have used some of his they might need to up him a bit from being just an advisor to maybe being an assistant coach or something like that.
He waits MVP repeat, and you're gonna come. I want to.
And the player development coaches are Corey Brewer, Darnell Lazare, director of rehabilitation. You know, that's a new term, not the the leader of the health staff, but the director of rehabilitation is Amy Atmore, which is one of the biggest names there, DC.
Also moonlighting as a therapist. Don't forget that.
That's right. She's a therapist. So Amy Atmore is Aaron. What's his name? Aaron. What's the old guy? And I forgot the old guy we have. Anyway, but Amy's the new person there, and she's going to be the key to keeping everybody together. Director of Performance and Sports Science is Daniel Bove, and the head athletic trainer Tom Maystott. So
Aaron Nelson, bro.
Aaron Nelson. There you go. So yeah, Amy is there, and that's big because she is a physical therapist, and that's something that the Pelicans obviously have been missing over these last seasons. As miraculous as that sounds. So DC, let's delve into it quickly, man. Before we're gonna jump from this, and we're gonna play Zion Williamson's his little breakdown, and hear from Willie. But let's go over this roster, this opening day roster, man. What do you like about it, man?
The yellow, the red, and the green. But anyway.
Yeah, you ain't get no chuckle out of me, brother. That one fell real flat, brother.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to do it. I know one was coming after, so I figured I might as well get in front of it. But I like our roster, man. You catch the point there? Damn, nothing. But
oh, you tagging yourself? Okay. All right, okay, yeah, that got me to laugh. That got to laugh.
What's inquisitive about it to me, or makes me inquisitive? Put the roster back up there, man. I got my face all big. I'm trying to see.
You can't see?
I need some glasses.
Yeah, you do need some glasses, but go ahead, man.
But what's curious about it to me is the fact that we have a spot unfilled. So we still have an additional spot here on this roster. There's another, I believe, two-way spot. We got Kaiser Gates, and we got Matt Ryan, of all people. He decided to leave football and come shoot basketballs with us. But the Pelicans were obviously concerned about three-point shooting.
They got three of the two-way players.
They have another roster spot.
Yeah.
Because this isn't the full roster from what I've seen. But everybody here, I think, has a purpose. I think they have a skill set that we could utilize. Obviously, it's going to look a lot better when we get our guys back healthy, such as Trey Murphy, Jose Alvarado. We're getting Larry Nance back. Cody Zeller is not hurt. He's coming back. You got EJ Liddell. Najee Marshall's out. CJ McCullough, who's, according to David Griffin and several other people, the best-looking Pel over the summer. Herb Jones, as you see, he's improved his three-point shot. You already know what he brings you defensively. And he dropped a little nugget in his interview that we won't share today, but I think yesterday he's saying he thinks we're gonna surprise a lot of people with our defense. So I don't know if he's alluding to Zion or maybe our rookie Jordan Hawkins, which looking at his tape, man, Jordan Hawkins is 6'5". You know, he's kind of thin, but he's a lot better defensively than I think people think because he's known as an offensive guy. So you got that working in your favor. We still got the question mark that is Kyra. We know we can utilize his speed to get some things out of there. I don't know if he's going to get traded or not and all of this. You got Jonas Valanciunas, a similar boat, even though he's a starter. How's it going to work with all of this? A lot to be excited about, but also enough question marks, man, to keep everybody curious on what exactly are they going to do. Are we going to play small ball? Because we can. We can play a lot of small ball. Are we going to go big? We have Cody Zeller and JV. We can stay big. Who's going to be the point guard? You got Jose play point guard. Zion plays point guard. B.I. plays point guard. You got Dyson Daniels who does point guard duties. And also you can have C.J. McCullough doing that as well, man. Looking at them on paper, at least, it's a well-balanced roster. We aren't, I guess, looking like a stacked team like Phoenix with superstar power, but we do have a big three. So we have more than enough and more than capable, and I think we have the pieces that we need to be able to contend and go all the way, honestly. But, a lot of that ties into a little bit of luck, having the knowledge, the basketball intelligence, being able to play your best ball at the right times, the right coaching strategies against the right team, so many different things. But just looking purely at what's on paper, man, this team, bar major significant injuries, is pretty much set up to be able to beat anybody in the NBA.
Yeah, and the big factor of that DC is health, bro, and that gives me the
Oh
perfect
yeah.
segue to the injury report that's supposed to be provided. That's provided for tomorrow's matchup against said Memphis Grizzlies club. Let's look at that, family. Why don't we? Both shorthanded in Wednesday's opener. Two of the NBA's deepest and most talented teams will square off Wednesday as the Pelicans visit Memphis, 7 p.m. Bally Sports 99.5 FM. The Pelicans listed three players out on Tuesday injury report, including Jose Alvarado, right ankle sprain, Najee Marshall, right knee contusion, and Trey Murphy, left knee partial meniscectomy. Meniscectomy. All right, so all three have been vital contributors for the Pelicans over the past two seasons. Three in Marshall's case. Meanwhile, the Memphis Grizzlies will be, of course, without Ja Morant, league suspension for the first 25 games of the season, with the point guard scheduled to return December the 19th when the Grizzlies visit New Orleans. How about that? And
Mm-hmm.
starting center Steven Adams' knee was recently reported to out due to season-ending surgery for Steven Adams. Memphis backup big Brandon Clark Achilles is sidelined long term and does not have a timetable to return. So they're missing a couple of bigs in their squad. This is some of what they say in the previous game starting lineups, and they're showing you some of those there that they can look to. But they're showing the Pelicans with McCollum, Jones, Ingram, Zion, and Valanciunas. We know time it is. But then Memphis, Marcus Smart, Desmond Bain, Zaire Williams, Xavier Tillman Jr., Senior, and Jaren Jackson Jr. So there you go. And you see some of those guys there. So anyway, that's the injury report right there, DC. Come on, let's talk about it. Then we'll jump right into Zion Williamson and what he was talking about today from practice.
I mean, on our end, biggest issue we got is Trey Murphy, man, shooting. That's probably one of the weaker points of the Pelicans on that roster. We're constantly trying to improve that. Trey Murphy's a big blow, so we're gonna have to see. But man, looking at Memphis, because we missing Jose, we missing Najee. Obviously, we want them guys to suit up. They bring a lot of energy, really kind of a little bit of the heart and soul of our team right there. But Memphis, man, they've been taking some major blows. Their front court is pretty banged up with Steven Adams being out, and you got Brandon Clark. That's kind of a huge one for him, man. Both of those guys kind of out for significant time, along with Ja missing that time. This isn't the same Memphis team that we typically get to play all the time and see. Every time we played them, obviously they dealt with injuries and stuff, but I don't think they've been this banged up anytime I remember playing them. So we're kind of at full strength and they're banged up. Seems like the tables turned a little bit as of right now with the Memphis squad. So Pelicans should be able to hypothetically go in there and handle the business, but we are going into their home court, so nothing's ever given. Willie Green alluded to that. He said we're gonna have to go in there and take it because Memphis is a squad that typically isn't gonna just lay down. So looking at this injury report, though, man, it's gonna be real tough for him to outdo us in this one. And Pell should walk away from this with a victory just based off of the
Yeah, I want a victory to happen here. This would be a good way to start the season with the Pelicans getting a victory, man. We got a full team in terms of, of course, we're missing Jose and Trey. But regardless of the fact, there's still a lot of very interesting components that we have here, players, I don't want to refer to them as components, but players that we have here that I want to see what they can do. Just not only just from an offensive standpoint, how organized is the offense. I really want to see the defense. Really want to see not only the defense, but the team, how the overall IQ of the team, cutting down the mistakes, making the correct moves. And I know a lot of this is going to happen over time. It won't happen right away. But I want to see the Pelicans get off to a nice strong start against the Grizzlies, and then let that carry him through. What would really very good health. But anyway, let's transition to Zion Williamson, man. This is Zion Williamson from today's practice. Y'all put one in.
With this new offense, just kind of what's been the biggest difference for you, just how you're moving in it and just how you're being used?
Just learning to move up ball in different positions. Whether it's catch at the elbow, catch on the wing, but just learning the timing of it.
And just how does it kind of take advantage of some of your strengths, some of the things they're kind of instituting into the offense?
And give the scouting report.
I think one of the things Larry said is the change you guys did in offense allows a little more for like creativity. Is that something you've seen?
I can agree with that. It definitely allows more players to be creative and get to their spots.
How much have you kind of seen just the work y'all are doing of the emphasis on three-point shooting and spacing? How important is that going to be this season?
That's going to be an important look for us. Just making everybody collapse in and kicking it out.
What's the main thing that you're focusing on with a couple of days left before the season opener? What's one of the main focuses with a couple of days left before the opener?
One of the main things focusing on for the opener? Just fixing small nuances, locking in on defense, and like you said, just finding a lot more three-point looks.
How good does it feel like that the real thing is finally almost here?
It's very exciting. I'm excited.
So how ready do you feel like this group is, say, even compared to last season?
I feel like we're ready, but always room for growth.
What do you think about the depth that you guys have?
We have a lot of depth on this team, especially once all the guys get back on the court. The first group, second group, but then you can mix and match.
See, what has it been like having Larry back after he's got over his injury?
It's good. It's good having Larry back. I think he's still in that space where just finding his rhythm back, but it's great having him back out there.
Hey, do you pick his brain at all since you're going to play some small ball five, since that's what Larry usually plays for the team?
Of course. I'm always picking my teammates' brain, especially the vets, because maybe they see something that I don't see.
And Woody always talks about how important it is to be disruptive in this defense, getting deflections, steals, stuff like that. How much do you enjoy that kind of, playing the passing lanes, going after those steals like you had in Orlando?
Reminds me of college. Coach K just kind of letting us take those chances and just being in the passing lane.
So, with this new
all right, that's Zion Williamson, man, that is doing his press conference from the day. It's not very long, 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Him dropping game, man. Shout out to the fam. I appreciate y'all being in the stream. We're bringing in Lexxah. Lexxah, how you doing, baby? Much love to you.
Hey, what's going on with y'all?
Good. We talking about these Pelicans here, Lex, and I want to hear what your thought process is in terms of like Zion Williamson had more of some more of his little serious demeanor today. I hope some of this carries forward into the team. We've been here before with these opening, these pressers prior to the regular season starting, prior to the first game of the season. So let's comment on that. You think about Zion's seriousness and the overall, seriousness of the team, knowing what they're dealing with this year, like DC elegantly said early in the show, is make it or break it.
Oh yeah, I agree. I agree with DC. It's needed. I totally get it with everything that he's been through since he's been in the league. Dealing with just staying on the court. There's nothing to smile about. You got to come out and you got to do your thing. You got to show up and show out. You got to be available. No one is being understanding. Nobody is, there's not a lot, there hasn't been a lot of positivity about this. So, just the level of maturity and seriousness of this and understanding that this is the start of your new contract and you have not been available. You gotta come out and show up and remind everybody like who you are and why you were the number one pick. But there's a lot to prove for him this year, so ain't nothing to play around with right now.
Yeah, listen, I agree. I think we've seen some real, like last year and early this year, actually, with all the stuff that was happening off court. We were defending them last year and all this kind of stuff. And I'm just saying, man, it's going to be even more relentless if this is not carried forward. And I believe that things will happen on the positive side. You know why? Because we got a physical therapist. We got a physical
Oh man,
they do not
that's
understand how
horrible.
that I'm saying, Alexa, that's true. They do not
Yeah.
understand how important Amy Atmore is her name. Amy Atmore is to this whole damn thing. That means that we will see our guys out there on the court more than we've seen them before. We get Aaron Nelson out of here with them crappy ramp up schedules that only apply.
Doing reevaluations and all that.
DC, don't kill my vibe here, brother. With
Yeah,
saying
I'm just saying they dropped the injury update that wasn't an update again. So maybe
don't
that's
kill
just
that's your boy though. Don't try to throw.
Yeah,
That's your boy doing that. That's the octopus still in control of the injuries report time around time.
They had the longest sprained ankle I ever seen. Q, I don't know.
The longest you said so yourself, man. That man,
sprained ankle. His ankle been sprained since it seemed like the beginning of the off season almost. When they told him he couldn't play in Puerto Rico, and now it's still sprained.
No, didn't he had it was another injury? Didn't he re-aggravate
last year? I think didn't he break a bone in his foot? I believe something like that. He had a broken foot going into the end of the season. He got back from that, and then I thought he sprained his ankle. But maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, he just sprained his ankle a few weeks ago.
That was a few weeks ago when he sprained his ankle?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because that was pretty recent. Well, but then he said when he was running on it, because he practiced a couple of days ago, and I guess the most recent practice, he was running on it, and he felt pain in there. So, I don't know.
Well, you know what? I want to see Jose Alvarado out there. We know what he brings. We know he has the toughness, the grit that we love. But we'll get a chance to see some other guys, perhaps Dyson Daniels and others off the bench, which we got a pretty nice bench. With a lot of young people there. We need to give them some time. Hopefully, Willie will give them that. Let's look at.
We don't got no time.
Well,
y'all better hurry up, learn, and get out there. And
that's what we said. Willie's got to play these guys. I mean, we got first round draft picks like Dyson Daniels and Jordan Hawkins. Those guys are there. They got to get in there. Willie has to give them guys an opportunity to get a little shine on, man. We need them. And I'd rather them get it early. Let them get a little acclimated early so we can use them late. Something tells me we're going to need these guys later in the season as we make a potential playoff push. Let's look at this. Let's move into the Memphis matchup, y'all. Let's talk about the Grizzlies tomorrow. Of course, we went over some of the injuries, and it's showing it in the injury report early on in the broadcast. But we take a look at what the Grizzlies have. But this is the potential lineup for tomorrow's matchup: Marcus Smart, Desmond Bain, Zaire Williams, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Xavier Tillman Sr. there. So, I mean, and then, of course, Derrick Rose off the bench. They got a shooter like Luke Kennard and a few other really interesting players. Let's talk about what the Pelicans, what are the keys to victory? We'll start with you, Lexxah, you first in DC. What are the keys to victories for the Pelicans to get the win over Memphis?
We got to come out and play harder than them, play with more grit, play with more energy. I think, we can beat this team, but one reason why they've been beating us so much is because they play harder. They want it more. And we have to match that or have more of just wanting to win. But that's what it's going to take. I think that's the biggest thing, getting off to a really good start, not starting off sluggish, turning the ball over and different things. They feed off of that. We need to basically put a backfire on that and switch it on them, like make them, force those turnovers and just get up in them. They're very, very vulnerable in the front court. So definitely need to attack in the front court, get Triple J in foul trouble, because that's what he does. And he did it in FIBA. He did it, last season. And I don't feel like he's changed that. That's kind of like a part of his game. But yeah, just play harder. And make them force them to make turnovers.
Yo, go ahead, DC.
Yeah, I mean, Lexxah hit it right on the head, man. The transition game for Memphis is really a big one. That's kind of how they get everything moving. They turn, you know, defense to offense. But without Brooks, you did see a drop off in them when he was out. They were still able to keep going, but just wonder how this is going to look with the combination of losing Brooks and Tyrus Jones with Ja being out. Because especially Tyrus, man, I think that's a huge blow. I don't think they'll be the same, but they still ain't nothing to play with, man. You got Luke Kennard, who's an excellent shooter, so I would say those transition buckets, and pretty sure our starters should be able to hang with their starters. So we just can't get smoked by the second unit because this is a team that's scrappy. Um, we definitely got to bring energy, intensity, and effort because they're going to have that. They don't have anything else. They're definitely going to bring that. So this ain't a game you can get out hustled. They got a little guy in Kenny Lofton Jr. A lot of people may not know about or may know about here, but he's a pretty good piece to have with their second unit. And very heady player. Can make some nice passes, can get some buckets down there in the paint, man. I don't know if they're gonna run him at the center or four, but he's just a guy who knows how to play ball, man. You got Derrick Rose coming off the bench. I mean, that's an addition to anybody's bench, in my opinion. And Luke Kennard, a great 3-point shooter, but their front court is banged up, so getting them in foul trouble, which I think would be pretty easy with JV and Zion, unless the refs just completely swallow their whistle. I think we should be able to do that. And you definitely have to neutralize Jared Jackson Jr. because that's pretty much the most, I guess, dynamic weapon they have on both ends. Other than Desmond Bain, he's pretty much going to be, I guess, their best offensive option as well. So, and lastly, you can't let Desmond Bain kill you. Marcus Smart is going to play the Derek Brooks role. I'm not sure how that's going to work. Trying to guard a guy like Bi and stuff like we seen Brooks go ahead and do. They're pretty much gonna have him in the backcourt, I guess maybe on CJ. So I think we match up well with him, along with catching him at a vulnerable time. But we still got to go in there and handle business. We're going there playing around, just thinking this team is going to lay down, man. They got a real good coach. They're going to be well coached. They're going to play. They're going to handle their business. So we can't just anticipate them giving this game away, man. So we got to go out there like we did the last preseason game. And I think that effort is going to come from a guy like Zion, B.I., CJ, all of them setting the tone with that first unit. And I really don't have any doubts that they won't do that. Maybe the last 3-4 years, man, the Pels have been opening season kings, minus that 2019 game we looked pretty bad. NAW chucking them shots up. But last year we came out like gangbusters. And I think they're going to do the same thing this year. It's just a matter of maintaining the same level of energy and effort.
Yeah, that's in and I had Taylor, what's his name, the coach, Taylor Jenkins, who's the coach of the Memphis Grizzlies. I just showed a little snippet from him having the press conference. That guy got them people playing really well. He's got them.
Yeah, he does.
And that's the thing that I'm saying. It's like, remember last year and the year before how the Grizzlies got off to the start? I think they won, I don't know how many games. I know they went on a streak. And then they were able to pile up a bunch of wins and jump well ahead of their wins versus losses. And I know every scenario is different from team to team. But I do see and I do visualize, I envision a process like that for the Pelicans. Like, we can stay healthy. There's no reason why a guy as dominant as a Zion Williamson and a guy as fantastically as talented as a BI and the rest of the guys that we have, as long as they're healthy and guys stay in their role, like we talked about, keeping CJ McCollum in that role where he doesn't handle the ball that much, somebody else handle the ball, let him, just operate in his little scoring thing, let him, whatever. And we got Herb that we got all of the pieces that we need to be able to kind of do something similar to what Memphis was, did the last couple of years. And injuries have been something that's kind of sidelined us to a degree from us being able to realize our potential. Remember last year, family, before the year turned over, we were second in the West behind, who was it, Denver? I want to say, if my memory serves correctly.
Yeah, we were going back and forth with Denver. Yeah, we were first for 2 weeks. 2 weeks straight.
So see that, and then Denver goes on to win the the championship. Pelicans sitting idly by with injuries with us to our key players, and then it just fell apart. We lost Zion for the rest of the year. Bi didn't play for I don't know. I forgot how long. It was months that he didn't play. Then we then we start missing people here or there. Jose got hurt, Larry Nance, all this. It just went crazy.
JV missed a little time, and he don't never miss nothing.
Right. So I mean, it was all impacting the team. So hopefully we don't experience this kind of balderdash like we did the last several years. Hopefully we can just mash on the pedal and never look back, man. We get 10 plus wins over our losses or whatnot. That's what I want to see, man. I want to see the Pelicans dominate or have a season where it's just a strong season. Just that's what I want to see, because we just haven't seen that. We haven't seen that. So let's kind of move forward and as we get into the stream, man. I know we talk a lot about, and DC refers to the Memphis Grizzlies as the Pelicans. What you call them, DC? They little brothers?
I call them my little brothers, man.
They're little brothers, even though they've been beating the crap out of you. So I guess you the little brother now. Then they made you the little brother because you kind of banged up. So in the end, I guess the roles reflect or reverse when we get our Zion and everybody.
I call them that because with our starters, man, injuries, I guess you want to say that's not any excuse, but with our starters, we're pretty dominant over Memphis. But the thing is, even when our starters all start, they don't normally finish the game against Memphis. So it's been a pretty recurrent theme, or they aren't starting playing. But when they were out there, we looked pretty dominant against them and basically play them out of the building. But Memphis didn't accomplish a lot. I said last season, if Memphis continues to play at a high level and they finish in the top 4, top 5, I'll no longer be able to call them my little brothers, because the 2 seasons they had where they had tremendous success, you can no longer call it a fluke or just something of chance or them putting themselves in best situation. They went out there and earned that. So can't really say that no more, bro. We gotta earn that title if I want to use it.
Yeah, like I was saying, but they're and like I said, I look at Memphis. I look at all these little Southwest clubs around us, man. There's a lot of talent around us, and I know that Memphis is a team that kind of I don't know if we could say it's a rivalry with them yet, because we're not completely healthy where we can have those type of games. Morant's not going to be there for a while, but when he does come back, the Pelicans will be ready for him then. But like I said, Taylor Jenkins has done a phenomenal job there. I want Willie to kind of step on the gas pedal this upcoming year. Now let's kind of go this way. Lexxah, talk to me about scheme. Now you did some really great reports about, talking about the expectations of the Pelicans. Let's kind of delve into the scheme about the Pelicans and what we expect to see from them in the kind of a similar cast of people that we have. Is pretty much the same people. Minus, you had a rookie, a sharpshooting rookie there, and a couple of two-way players. But let's talk about scheme, because that's the focus for the Pelicans going into the season. Outside of health is how does Borrego and our often not seen advisor Mike D'Antoni, how does this help our offense move forward or even improve?
Well, when you find out, let me know. I don't think we know yet. I mean, that really wasn't clear during preseason. But I think one thing I will say is that obviously we need to push pace. I kind of feel like they want to be a defensive running team, still do the 0.5, but just make improvements on that. Obviously they want Zion to be off ball. And Brandon to handle the rock. Hopefully they do some pick and rolls between those two. I think one thing that would be really nice, and Zion and JV, they did this against the T-Wolves, but when they did the pick and roll, like that one game where they just where Zion just went off and used JV as the pick, especially since their front court is vulnerable, I think really they should kind of take advantage of that right there, because putting them on their heels, they can't do anything. And Triple J's easily he's gonna foul. He's just gonna foul. I just feel like they're just vulnerable with him down there. I know he's a defensive player, but I don't know. I mean, that's what I'm guessing. That's all I got. I mean, I didn't really gather because it was just so up and down with their offense. So that's what I think.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, appreciate that, Lexxah. Another thing is like what we know we added. What's the guy named Miles? His name Aaron Miles. I think the man. Hold on, let me look him up again. That's another guy.
Oh, from the Celtics.
Right.
Yeah, that's the analytics guy.
Is he just analytics, or does he bring anything else outside the analytics to the pro? I think Aaron Miles from Kansas. Don't he have some type of defensive acumen with him? What do y'all guys know about that?
I think he was the defensive assistant coach for the Warriors G League team.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And then he went to the Celtics, and he was an assistant coach for the Celtics. So
that's a good company to be in. Being an assistant coach for the Celtics with anything, man. They've had a lot of tremendous success over the last 5 to 6 years. So their defense has always been up to par. So if we can add anything from them, I think that definitely would help. Defense isn't really the issue with us, so it's more offense. So have to, I guess, see if we have any new wrinkles or new looks to our defense. Herb told y'all we're gonna be better than they expect. So I guess maybe the expectation in house is that we're gonna be a number 1 or number 2 defense because we were 6 last year. So according to the defensive king or anchor of our team himself, he's saying we're gonna shock a lot of people defensively.
I hope so. Look, top 10 defense and offense.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
That's what I'm hoping for. But they got to bring that energy because those preseason starts, first 3 were bracing.
Yeah, that's the big part of it, man. Coming out and just having a really solid matchup, a balanced matchup. I don't want to have too high of an expectation where they come out and they just, I want to see some effort. I want to see some effort. I don't want to see a lot of turnovers and sloppy play, irresponsible, low IQ basketball, not knowing what they're doing, throwing the ball away. I know they're going to have some communication issues. We know they got to work on that because this core hasn't played together, but less than 10 games. So I know there's a lot to learn between the 3 biggest players on the team to learn that chemistry from each other. So that's the big point. If those guys can stay on the court at the same time and not having all these injuries and stuff, and Willie works out his rotations, this can be interesting. Also, before we delve into the schedule, and I get y'all guys breakdown on the schedule, let me ask you guys this about damn it, I just lost my train of thought. I had a really good one I was about to hit y'all with. Y'all so lucky that I just forgot this. But listen, whatever I was going to ask you about. Damn, I just lost it, man. But anyway, listen. Bottom line is, I don't want to see a lot of sloppy play from this team, man. I really don't. I don't want to see a lot of sloppy play. I want to see a disciplined approach with the Pelicans. I want to see a business-like approach, like we see the seriousness and all this kind of stuff from Zion Williamson, because people realize we tired of this. We got to see something. We got to see something good. We tired of all of the hype and all of the junk and all of the BS. Let's get some basketball.
We're not tired of the hope, Q? Apparently, Marley is not tired of the hope. He said he hope we win tomorrow.
Well, brother, hope is a very addictive thing, brother. So it's going to take a while for people to stop saying that. I got caught with it early in the show. DC, and I referred to it in terms of the injuries. In terms of the injuries, that's what I was saying. That I hope the Pelicans remain healthy on the season. You kind of like, man,
we've been saying that for 3 years, man. I think we need to give up hope and just anticipate it to happen.
But DC, the thing is, and I know you follow the Rastafarian faith. Let me ask you this, brother.
I ain't like the last part of that, but what's your question?
Okay, so I'm asking this: if people don't have hope, what do they have, brother?
Dope.
Okay, there you go. All right. All right. Thank you. So let's delve into the schedule, family. This is the schedule, and it's kind of small as hell. Let me see if I can get this bigger. And I don't want y'all to go by schedule, but talk to me, family. What do y'all guys think is going to happen this season? I know Lexxah kind of moved away from that. She wanted to kind of touch on the prediction thing. But
I gave my prediction.
oh, did you?
Yeah,
No, you
82-0.
Yeah, I remember. That's a hard one to forget. We're gonna do better than the 96.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, the Bulls. We gonna do better than the Bulls.
It's gonna be interesting. I'll tell you what. Memphis. Okay, we open up at Memphis, and then before the month closes out, we have 2 home games against the Knicks and Golden State. So that's just the month. So let's kind of look at it, family, and y'all touch on it. Tell me what kind of touch y'all's soul in terms of what the Pelicans going through, because this is a pretty interesting schedule, and plus how they have the games lined up. What could we? And I'm looking for it, like coming out and trying to get some wins to kind of build some momentum here going into this thing, because you got Memphis at Memphis, which is a pretty difficult matchup. You got Knicks and Golden State at home. And the Knicks is not a pushover team anymore. Golden State is still Golden State. They kind of getting a little older, but it's still Golden State. Detroit, at OKC was a team that kicked us between the washing machine and the dryer. When we played them, they stopped us from getting in the play-in. So I mean,
not totally, not totally. We didn't come out right in that game.
We didn't, but you got to give them credit though, Les.
No, I'm not taking the credit away, but it makes a difference if you don't show up. The effort was not there at all. So I mean, the Pels shot themselves in the foot along with them shooting us in the foot.
Yeah,
I don't. We just didn't help ourselves. So,
well, Lex, that's the point. The point is going forward that we can't have these 2022 type whatever it was last year. I don't even much want to think about it, but we can't have these type of, when we got an Oklahoma City team that we know that we're supposed to be better than, even though they're really talented, by the way.
Yeah, they are. They work hard.
Right. So that's the thing. We got those type of teams, and then of course Detroit's and Atlantas, and then we got the Denver's, Minnesota's, all that kind of stuff, and the Houston's. When you go in the Southwest Division, it's gonna be a juggernaut, man. I ain't gonna front. We got Wembyama down here.
That's what jumps out to me, man.
Yeah, this division's got tougher.
This schedule, and it's like, for whatever reason, everywhere Dallas is, like, I'm looking at these stretches of teams before and after Dallas, man. This is the difficult parts of our schedule. First off, we play them when in November we play Dallas. We got Denver, Minnesota, Houston. None of these teams are really you can sleep on for the Pels.
DCU at that's 3 teams: Denver, Minnesota, and Houston. You're at them,
and you're there, right? Now we get a home stretch, but we play Dallas twice. Then you play Minnesota and Sacramento twice, and then the Clippers, and then Utah twice, man, and Philly after that, and then that's not easy. I can't even see the rest of the December schedule. Okay, so then you're going into the December. So New Year's Eve you get the Lakers after you didn't play Utah, Memphis, and then we'll stroll up to January. You're gonna run into Dallas a couple of more times. After playing, you get a break with Brooklyn. Brooklyn shouldn't be super good this year. Then you play Minnesota again, another tough team. The Clippers, Sacramento, Golden State, Denver, then Dallas twice. Like, good grief, man.
So, you know what? Every night is literally going to be competitive. I mean, the West, I feel like everybody got better.
You're right, but that stretch to me is just, man, if you come out of that 500, you're doing great, because it's very difficult playing a team like Dallas and Sacramento back to back, and then you play them all in that same stretch. That's really a tough one. But if we are who we're supposed to be, right, who everybody's talking about the hoping to be, who we're gonna be, we should be able to go ahead and get a lot of wins out of this stretch. But to me, right there, that's gonna show me what the Pels are. If we fumble all through that little part of the schedule, I think the expectations we have for this team, we might not be able to meet.
I think we're gonna be fine, DC. I think you need to get on the Hopium because you sound depressed. Maybe it'll lift your spirits up.
Man, it's the Saints, man. I can't keep doing this.
This is not the same sport. This is basketball, sir. We got stars here and people. Willie Green.
I'm just being real, man. See what happened when you stop selling Hopium, bro, and you get off of it, man.
I think you're on the other side of it, brother. It's gonna be all right. We're gonna make it, brother.
I'm too much of a realist now?
No, you're not. Nobody said nothing about you being a realist, brother.
Okay, what are you talking about?
You're on the other side, saying you're on the wrong side. You're talking about the Saints. We talking Pelicans, and here we got stars in the building.
Look at my profile, bro. I do not represent the dark side, man. I rock with Baby Yoda, man.
Is that a rock?
It's Baby Yoda.
I thought it was a rock too. Oh man,
Meditation rock. That's his meditation rock, man. That's what I'm talking about. But no, I'm seriously. But I'm saying that it's a difference. You got Willie Green over here, and Willie's actually trying to make adjustments and win. That other guy on the other side is not trying to do nothing. He don't know what he's doing. It's a big difference here. But in terms of
so.
Oh, no doubt.
Because Willie has pressure. You know, one thing I look at these other coaches like with Memphis.
Lexxah, you sound like you got a little doubt there.
No, I don't have doubt. I know I understand what this team can do, but I also know that he's got to do better with the rotations, with the X's and O's, and not just we got to fight. It's gonna take more than that. We got to have strategy, and if something's not working, you can't be hesitant to change something, to make adjustments. And I think a lot of times, he kept sticking with what wasn't working for too long, and then when he decided to change, it was too late. But I just want to be more proactive and not reactive.
Mm-hmm.
But
let me give you a little positivity, Lex.
But DC and Lexxah, isn't that what Borrego here is? He's the top assistant.
You took the words out of my mouth, man. Borrego was a head coach.
Well, I hope so. I mean,
offensively, so
all we got based off is look. Like I said in the videos, man, the preseason games, they were like 4 different people, 4 different personalities. And, what do we really gather? I think the most consistent thing was the turnovers. So, I mean, we don't really have the identity. The identity is not really solidified as far as with the offense. So there is a little bit of concern. I'm not saying that they can't do it, but I just hope when, come tomorrow, they'll have that all figured out. They went through it in practice and they worked out the kinks and they got it together. Because I want to see it from the get-go. I don't want it to be a few games where we go and we're playing horrible and then we start picking it up. We need to get off to a better start. I mean, the West is too stacked. This division is too stacked. The league is more balanced. Teams have improved. And so, it's going to be a challenge every single night. We can't take these baby steps. We need to be taking them adult steps and be ready. That's all I'm saying.
Nah, I agree with you. I'm just messing with you. This is the thing, and I agree.
Okay, man.
I agree. I agree with everything. I agree with everything you're saying. I really do. I think that the Pelicans, and I feel the same way. I don't want to see the Pelicans stammer and stumble out of the gate. We've seen enough of that. We have enough talent where we should be able to mash on the pedal and take off. I mean, this team, we don't have people that's leading this team are not rookies. At least Zion Williamson missed a lot of games, but still in all, he have enough NBA experience to work with Brandon Ingram. Willie Green is in his 3rd year. He should be more mature and more intelligent than he's been as a head coach. He brings in Borrego, a guy he's familiar with, to help him out with his offense. He changes the staff to his liking, and I really want to see the fruits.
Oh, and we got a physical therapist.
Bam. Thank you, Lexxah.
That's the icing on the cake.
Indeed, Amy Atmore. So yeah, that'll be fun and interesting at the same time. So listen, fam, we're gonna get ready to dip on that. But listen, we're gonna be coming back tomorrow on the Pelican Post Game Report.
That's right.
Where the Pelicans get the dub on the Memphis Grizzlies. We'll recap that thing tomorrow. Just wanted to chime in on the preview stream and drop some game there. We're not gonna hold you too long tonight. We know you guys got stuff to do. But listen, man, like the family members here have been saying, man, we want to see a good brand of basketball. Enough is enough. All of the stumbling and stammering, and everybody said, y'all are absolutely right. There are no pushovers in this. If you just look at the Southwest, Houston, which was garbage last year, they still beat us when we was banged up. You know, when we came down the stretch,
they got better.
Yeah,
they got way better. They got
Jabari Smith, and it looks like they're really making him like a go-to guy because he looks good out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they got Emi Udoka out there. He made some moves to make them. They also picked up the kid, the point guard from the Raptors. What's his name? The point guard they picked up. He's leading them down there.
Drake.
Van Vliet's there. So I mean,
you call him Drake?
Yeah, him and Drake, they refer to each other as twins.
Oh, do they? That's kind of weird. Okay.
I don't think so, but they said it. Okay. They said it.
Yeah, that's kind of yeah.
Lexxah facts.
But yeah, it's going to be interesting. Wembanyama and all these guys happen to be in the same damn division with us. We got Kyrie Irving's back with the Dallas. He's with the Mavericks. He's happy with Luka. Eventually Luka. So I mean, there is no pushover teams in the Southwest. We're gonna have to bring it, and I'm happy everything is tough and difficult like that because we have a team that we believe is a deep playoff team. So we need to prove it. So I'm not scared of that damn schedule like DC kind of backing off, saying it'll test the middle. I agree with.
I'm not scared of it. I'm saying once they go through that part of the schedule, we're gonna know who we are. That's what I'm saying. By the time we get to that part of the schedule, we need to have an identity and know what we're doing. That is the toughest part of the schedule, in my opinion.
Which is
the part of the schedule that's going November going into January. It's different spots where they catch a break, but there's a stretch right there in November that I pointed out, and then you have another stretch starting at the end of December, going into the middle of January. That's really tough.
I think we're gonna be all right, DC, and I ain't on no hopium, brother. You know, I think we're gonna be fine.
Well, I mean, don't replace hope with think. You know, we're gonna be all right. How about you say that?
Say, brother, right?
I think one thing that'll help is taking it one game at a time. If we can condense it down and just focus on that one game, let's win the first quarter, let's win the first half, the whole game, and then so on. I think that would be a better way to approach it rather than looking at the grand scope, because it does look intimidating because it is so challenging. But to condense it down to just one game, it makes it a whole lot more feasible. Like, hey, we can beat this team.
That's what's up. One game at a time, man. But like we're saying, it starts tomorrow. The Pelicans face off with the Grizzlies at Grizzly territory. We'll recap it tomorrow. Much love to the fam. Appreciate all y'all for chiming in. Episode of the Pelican Post Game Report. We'll return tomorrow. Recap the win. I'm calling it. We'll get the dub. So we'll be back in the house tomorrow. So much love to the fam. Y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Feel free to share the show on your social media feed. And we're going to holler at y'all on the flip side. Much love and go Pelicans.
That's right, the Pro Shop is the platform store where you can go and buy all the latest merch to support the platform. Available at the Pro Shops, we have dozens of hundreds of products available for you and your family. Unisex tees for men and women, hoodies and sweatshirts, tank tops, kids and baby items, long sleeve tees, mugs, pillows, wall art, bath bedding, face masks, phone cases, stickers, bags, fanny packs, socks, hats, and many other items. Please feel free to check out the Pro Shops. The link is in
TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com.